And let's dig into how do we define apps, how do we use apps, what does an app mean to a consumer, is it different across different device types, etc. So Brian, what's an app?
Well, an app can be a wide variety of things, and
You want to hold the line.
I probably don't need that. So an app is a wide variety of things, and it's even ad hoc, right? It's a promotion device. It's a game. It's an application that you utilize to power your business. It's premium. It's free. It's attached to something else. So I think really it's not defined and it's not in a box, and it's certainly dynamic. And so I think how you promote it, what you want it to be, I think those are really the key questions. Is what do you want it to be first, and then you can drive how you want to promote it, whether it's eyeballs, whether it's money, whether it's clicks, whether it's utilization down the line. So I think what your app is really important. I don't know if defining it here is important as much as it is in your organization, is defining what you want it to be for you.
Okay. And go ahead.
If I may add, to me, app is a tool. It's just a simple tool that you use to achieve your goal, whatever your goal might be. Your goal might be brand recognition. Your goal might be some kind of revenue. You have certain numbers that you'd like to generate. And app is just simply what you use to get to that particular goal. So, obviously product is important, app is important, content is important, but I think that a lot of times developers, they pay more attention to the technological side as opposed to the means of achieving that particular goal. So whenever you're basically developing an app, don't lose your focus. Focus on your goal. Don't focus just on the technical side. So it's just simply a tool.
Okay. So on that note, I want to ask one of our other panelists. So is an app a piece of software that's downloaded and installed on the phone? Is the app a web browser, or the hybrid app, as we're starting to hear more? But is the app could it not also be a text messaging experience? So, let's define that really quickly, and then we can dig into promotion and marketing. So for the purposes of this, is an app the consumer experience, or is it specifically that piece of software we're installing on the phone? Okay, can you guys talk about that?
From my perspective, an app is a service that you get, and it can be a glorified bookmark in a sense where you can just click on the icon and you pull up a web page in the back end that looks like an app as a service, or it can be an app that is pre-installed on the device.
Okay. How about you guys? What is an app? Is it?
So, I think an app really is a customized, a little customized gem of a experience which you can interact with with the content of a specific provider. I think the content really is a piece of software which is installed on the phone to take advantage of the native aspects of whatever device or platform you're on. I think Facebook, even talked about that. Zuckerberg said the worst mistake he made was making an HTML5, experience and betting the farm on that. And really you want to take advantage of each device with specific attributes and strengths. Because I think what happens is, if you're battling an AppWorld, you don't want your competitor to win because they have a slight advantage because you're running HTML5 and saving a little bit of time and resources by having something that works across a platform with one code base.
Okay, so a couple new terms just kind of popped up here. So we've just started to hear an app is a piece of software. Let's kind of stick with that. We'll forget the messaging and all that. So the app is a piece of software that is going to be either browser-based or downloaded to the phone to take advantage of the device's primitives. HTML5, can you guys define that? And there's also a term that's often associated with HTML5 is responsive design. So can someone give me a different definition that defines this responsive design HTML5 app versus the other kind of app, which is unique and installed on a particular device OS? Who wants to tackle that? Go for it.
Yes, because we've had both, and I've personally coded out both before. So we had an HTML5 app early on. I would say the promise.
Start with defining. What is it?
HTML5 is a web page that happens to use CSS, which some specialized CSS to try to take advantage of the small mobile footprint on the device. I personally would never make an HTML5 app. I might revisit it in 3 to 4 years because it just doesn't have the same experience as a native app.
And the reason why someone would want to do it is why?
Oh, because the functionality, it's horribly clunky. It doesn't.
No, not why they wouldn't. Why would they want to use it? Let's start with the positive.
If you had hardly, if you didn't. The only reason I would go for HTML5 app is if I really didn't care about the results and I was trying to get onto many platforms I possibly could.
Okay, so I'd use it for reach and consistency across as many devices as possible. So design once, get it out there.
But when you're doing that in reach, that it's in theory. So what's actually going to happen is people will go to it, they might bookmark it, they won't come back. And so it's a theoretical reach. It's not real. There's no retention. I would never do an HTML5 app.
All right, Emmanuel keeps looking over to call me, so go for it.
Yeah, just agree with Sheffield. The key thing, why is it interesting native apps, especially in platform like on iOS or Android, is you really reach, you're inside a platform, so you get additional visibility, and is really a way to reach customers. HTML5, usually you in the middle of nowhere. And as an app is an experience, is a tool. You want as many users in the world to access and enjoy this experience.
Okay.
And being inside a platform is much more powerful in terms of marketing to reach mass audience.
Yeah, I think you just made a very good point, and that is that people tend to look at these things only from a technology point of view, that there's the HTML5 universe, and then there's obviously native apps. But what they overlook is that there's a tremendous amount of app discovery going on in the app stores, right? So if you're HTML5, you're obviously not part of the App Store ecosystem, and thus you can't be discovered in the App Store.